You've probably heard some advice in here before. You know, suffering builds character. Adversity makes you stronger. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. But what does that actually mean? How do you apply that when you're knee-deep in the struggle? This is what it means. If you've ever held a pull-up bar long enough, you know what happens to your hands. Calluses. Thick, hard skin where soft flesh used to be. David Goggins realized, if you can do that to your hands, you can do it to your mind. You can build mental calluses. You can harden your thoughts, your reactions, your emotional responses, until one day what used to hurt you doesn't even register. That's what this chapter is about. Not motivation, not inspiration, but building a calloused mind. After completing multiple ultra-endurance events and breaking into the elite military, Goggins could have stopped. But he didn't because he knew that the real enemy was still alive: comfort. So he went back to the ultra scene, not to win, but to suffer on purpose. He signed up for back-to-back races with minimal rest, 100-milers, 200-mile team relays, death marches through the desert, not because he enjoyed them, but because they gave him one thing: resistance. And that resistance was the gym for his mind. Every time he reached that point where most people quit, mile 60, mile 70, mile 90, he trained himself to keep going, not to finish faster, but to learn to grow, to reprogram his instincts, because the mind has a voice, a weak one. It tells you to slow down, to stop, to take it easy. It sounds logical, compassionate, even wise. But it's a liar, and the only way to beat that voice is to expose it, to put yourself in the heat, in the cold, in the discomfort, until the voice no longer has power. Most people never get there. They live their lives trying to avoid pain. But the ones who go far, the ones who become legends, they do the opposite. They build calluses, they build shields, they build themselves. And the best part, anyone can do it. You don't need a gym or a coach or a six-figure income. You just need a reason and a refusal to quit. So when the hard moment hits, and it will, don't wish it away. Use it. Let it press into your mind like a blade. Let it hurt. Let it cut. Let it build something stronger, because the next time life tries to break you, you'll be ready and it won't stand a chance. Think of someone who comes to mind when you think of resilience, someone you know or a character from a book or a movie. What makes them so resilient? Is it their physical strength or their mental toughness? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave them in the comments below. Some people seem to bounce back from everything. They face setback after setback, and they always find a way to recover. Do you know someone like that? Maybe it's your grandma who raised 5 kids and never had a minute to herself, or the friend who always picks you up when you're feeling down. We all have different ways of coping with the cards we're dealt, but everyone has a breaking point. Goggins once said, "The mind is a terrible thing. It can make you feel like you've already lost before you've even tried." When you're mentally strong, you won't let your mind push you around. Instead, you can use these feelings of discouragement to help you improve. It's a delicate balance between knowing when to fight back against the negativity and when to listen to your mind. Some might say that being fearless is a good way to describe a mentally strong person, but that's not entirely accurate. Mentally strong people aren't reckless or careless. Instead, they're intentional and calculated in their actions. They take calculated risks, but they do so with a clear understanding of the potential consequences. Mentally strong people also accept constructive criticism without taking it personally. They know that feedback is an opportunity to learn and grow. In today's world, it can be difficult to stay mentally sharp. There's a lot of pressure to succeed, and it can be easy to get caught up in the negativity. But if you remember that you're responsible for the state of your mind, you can start to turn things around. No matter what situation you find yourself in, remember that you have the power to choose how you react. Don't let the world push you around. Stay strong. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave us a comment. We love reading them. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.